So how's it going? Right, thought I'd do a video. Basically, what it is, I live in a house in London, right? And it's a supported housing, basically, for men with different kinds of issues, shall we say, right? Now my issue, obviously, is ADHD, right? So, there's 14 of us live in this house, right? I don't think we're 4 at the minute. In fact, I know we ain't, because someone left this morning, but probably about 10, 10 men with, varying degrees of illness, we say, right? As I've shared on here before, my ADHD is quite challenging for people, it's of the extreme scale, shall we say, and I'm not just talking about my hyperactivity, which is, probably, it's a lot less than it was when I was a kid, but it can be very extreme, yeah. But my, my symptoms that come with ADHD, like the paranoia, the hyperfocus, the unable to focus, yeah, attention deficit, they're very extreme. When I got diagnosed 13 years ago, I think it was, by the Maudsley Hospital in London, they told me it was the longest ADHD assessment that they'd ever carried out. That says it all, right? That says everything you need to know about my ADHD, right? The place where I'm living, one of their policies was no ADHD medication. 3 weeks after I moved in, they changed their policy for me, basically, right? So that just explains the extremity of my ADHD. So anyway, obviously I've come in here, I've upset a few people, put a few noses out of joint with my opinions and my, I'm one of them who, I don't suffer fools gladly, and if you're saying something that I think's bullshit, I'll tell you, yeah, and I'm not a people pleaser, so, I've got probably quite strong opinions, I am pretty well read, yeah, and yeah, so if someone's talking shit, I will mark their card, no, you're wrong about that, historical facts or, literary works that they're quoting and they're wrong, namely Shakespeare. Love a bit of Shakespeare, as I've mentioned in my videos. So yeah, but politics, I can really get in the ring on politics, and yeah, it's quite ugly, when for me anyway, mentally it's quite disturbing. It disturbs me when I start getting into arguments about politics, because it just brings up defects, self-righteous, intolerance, judgmentalism, whatever you want to call it. So I try and avoid it, but sometimes someone's, spouting stuff that I strongly disagree with. Yeah, I'm still early doors, just started the medication for ADHD, so I'm trying, but, I find it quite difficult to patience, all that stuff, to not give my opinion. And so yeah, I've upset most people in the house. It's like the Big Brother house on steroids, this, yeah? If you filmed it, oh mate, you lot would be riveted. The world would be riveted, yeah? You'd sell it for millions, billions, yeah? Because you can imagine, big egos, people that have been through a lot in life, and, group therapy, counselling, and then talking about the process in their different little groups, you know, and everyone subgrouping and, you know, people pleasing and all that stuff, and the self-pity that comes out of people, and I won't suffer it, you know. I pull people up. Listen, mate, you're living in the pain and it ain't no good. You've got to get out of it. Some people don't want to hear that stuff, yeah. I'm doing it with love, yeah. And but some people it's affected so badly that it's almost like there's no reconciliation on the horizon. You know, no matter, you know, what sort of mediation we get from the staff, because there's staff on site 24/7. So yeah, I wish, you know, ignorance is bliss, they say, don't they? And I've always thought that, because I'm so tuned in, you know, hyper aware, whatever it is, you know, ADHD, and I see and hear and notice everything, you know, and then that becomes into paranoia, and then, you know, opinionated and whatever. It's just recipe for pain, is ADHD. But at the same time, I'm very fortunate that, you know, I was always able to sort of stand on my own 2 feet, you know, and not really need anyone, you know. Although I do need people, and I've got people, but it's just not people in the house. You know, I don't rely on anyone in the house for anything really, and that upsets people. You know, why ain't you one of us? Why don't you get in a clique? It doesn't interest me. Yeah, we're here for certain reasons, and one of the reasons is not to make long-term friendships. You know, there's a lot of sick people here, and you've got to be careful who you make friends with. Simple as that. But anyway, I'll get back to you on this, because I don't want to go too deep on the opinions myself. So peace and love.